If you look behind me, you can see the ruins of this amazing old Wat. This is the kind of thing I just love coming to see. Good morning, guys. I completely overslept. My friend is downstairs right now waiting in a car, and I got to get down there because we are going on a day trip to Ayutthaya to explore some really cool stuff and try some really fun food. So let's get out of here. Here we go. My right is here. Let's start this trip. Hello. Hello. Okay, let's go. Good morning, everybody. We are in Ayutthaya. I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but here at a local market to check it out, get some food to eat, and just check out the local scene. It's about 80 kilometers north of Bangkok, and I've never been here, so this should be really interesting. I gotta tell you that walking into this market right away, the smells of the food are just hitting all my senses, and I'm super excited to try some of this delicious food here. I'm just looking left and right because everything looks so delicious. As you can see, this market's got pretty much everything. There's food here, there's handicrafts, there's a lot of imported things. Getting super hungry walking around looking at this stuff. So we're definitely gonna try some of the food here shortly. Okay, so we got some pork, and we've got some cucumbers, and we've got some sauce. And this was 100 Thai baht, which is approximately $2.85. Looks really delicious. This looks like a great little snack. So we've got pork here. And like I said, we've got cucumbers, and I think this is a peanut sauce. This smells absolutely divine. Can't wait to try it. Absolutely delicious. Aroy mak. It's pork, a little peanut sauce. You got some cucumbers here. This is a great little snack. Very good way to start the day here. So this gentleman behind me, his skills are amazing. I mean, he's basically here forming glass into these amazing little sculptures and animals. It is just such exquisite work. What's really amazing is that all of these little animals that he has here on the table are only 50 Thai baht each, and that's approximately $1.30. Amazing, amazing craftsmanship. So the name of this market is Talad Kum Kum. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but don't worry because I'm going to put descriptions and the locations of every place we go to in the description of this video below. So make sure you take a look. I had to buy some cashews from this nice lady behind me. These are absolutely divine. They're not salted, they're just roasted. And this bag was 130 Thai baht, which is right around $3. It's 10 baht for locals, and it is 50 baht for foreigners. So basically you're looking at $1.50 for foreigners and approximately 30 cents for locals. It's quite normal here in Thailand, and some people get really upset about it because they're charging you different prices if you're a foreigner. But hey, you know, that's the way it is here, so just roll with it. So we're now inside the Mahatad temple. If you look behind me, you can see the ruins of this amazing old Wat. This is the kind of thing I just love coming to see. The construction of Wat Mahatad was started by King Bumaracha in 1374, and it was completed sometime thereafter. As you can see, the location here is still standing. A lot of the ruins are still left here. While the buildings themselves might not exist, it's something purely amazing about walking around an ancient ruin like this. And the fact that it still stands after almost 700 years is truly a testament to the quality of workmanship in something like this project. It's like the final resting place for a lot of bits and pieces from different monuments and parts here at this Wat. Quite amazing to see all this stuff just lying here. Guys, check out the roots behind me and check out this head that's buried at the bottom of the roots. It's quite amazing. Look at this little guy. He's just sleeping over here. Buried himself into a little hole to keep cool. I don't know how some of these dogs do it out here with the heat. It's got to be pretty harsh when your only way of cooling down is panting. Okay, well, most of this watt says do not enter, do not climb. Here in the sermon hall that I'm walking up, it says you can walk up here and walk around. So let us come up here and let's take a look. Oh, this ruins. These are just absolutely stunning here. You know, there's a few countries I think you could actually go to where they would allow you to walk in the midst of a 700-year-old watt, even though it's ruined, still very rare. And I just can't help myself but pick this up and touch it. We've got a 800, 700-year-old piece of this temple. And I think that's amazing, just to be able to touch something that's that old. And here we have what's left of the central structure. Here's the middle. I can't imagine how tall this was. Unfortunately, most of this ground is burned here, and I believe this was done by the Burmese when they retreated after invading this area. So as I'm filming this, we're approximately at 9,500 and some subscribers, quickly approaching that 10,000 mark. I can't believe how fast this channel has grown, and I can't thank all of you enough for subscribing, liking, and sharing my content. I promise there'll be a live stream at 10,000 subscribers, and we'll be able to chat, and I'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. In the meantime, guys, if you like my content, you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you want me to make, what you want to see. I'm always happy to take your suggestions. As I mentioned, there are so many different Watts temples here in Thailand in general. And for me personally, these old ones, the ruins, these are the most magical ones because they seem to carry the most history, and the artifacts left behind are just truly astonishing and amazing. If you're ever in a country where you can find artifacts such as this, locations, do take the time to go and enjoy them. I think it will stay with you a lot more than a tourist attraction or a trip to a nice mall. That was a great little experience checking out this almost 700-year-old Watt. But now we're getting hungry and it's time for lunch. So let's go and find a local restaurant to have lunch at. So we've got here is Kamnam Jeen, which is a noodle. I've got another noodle here, I'm not sure the name, and some kind of a soup or sauce. But all of this looks really, really tasty, very fresh. Can't wait to try it. So I'm gonna take some of this noodle. And one of the dishes we have here, it looks like crab. Ooh, that looks really tasty. Coming in. And we've got some kind of other sauce here. I'm not really sure what it is. It looks really good. A lot of garlic in that. It's got peanuts and garlic. That is really, really tasty. A bit of sweetness to it, but very much in a good way. I'm really excited to try this crab because I have not had any seafood. Well, I've had seafood, but not crab since I've gotten here. So we've got some noodle here, some crab. That's amazing. It's got this kind of a sweet curry flavor to it. It's very rich. The texture is amazing. And with these spiraled noodles, the whole thing just comes together in this symphony of flavors and absolutely delicious. And this dish right here, this is northern sausage. It's not sour and it looks very interesting, almost like curry. Ooh. It's hot, temperature-wise. Definitely has a little bit of kick to it. Really tasty though, really, really good. Again, it's got a different mixture of flavors. It's got some spice to it, but it doesn't really kick you hard. I mean, ask for it a little medium spicy, so it's not too bad at all. And this dish here is garlic pork. Look at that. some kind of a dipping sauce. Also pretty hot, but temperature-wise, not spicy. And this last one here is some kind of a vegetable. This is actually somtam, but I've not had a somtam like this before. And the papaya is cut in a different way, but it's very good, very different. I'm enjoying trying all these different foods here. That was a delicious meal, and all of those dishes came out to be 493 Thai baht, which is just a little over $14. That was some really good food. Just to give you a quick overview here, Ayutthaya was basically the capital of the Kingdom of Siam, and it was present from 1350 until approximately 1757 when it was raised by the Burmese. It's about 80 kilometers north of Bangkok, and right now we're in the old Japanese village walking through. So the Japanese community at Ayutthaya first appeared in the reign of King Naresan, and it's believed that the Japanese vessels first arrived here in Ayutthaya towards the end of King Maha Thamaraja's reign in 1589. And here in Ayutthaya, all foreign settlements were situated outside the city walls to the south. The Japanese settlement actually stood on the east bank of the Chao Phraya River, opposite the Portuguese, and was separated from the English and Dutch settlements by a canal to the north. The whole city of Ayutthaya was surrounded by a canal or a moat, basically as a defensive measure. The population of the Japanese settlers here at Ayutthaya averaged about 1,000 to about 1,500 people. And then when Japan closed its international borders in 1633, I believe, the people that were here, the Japanese expats, were forbidden from coming back home. So they basically ended up living out the rest of their lives here in Ayutthaya in back what was still the Kingdom of Siam. So basically you had Japanese settlers here living along with the Dutch and several other nationalities. And all around here in Ayutthaya, they were spread out, forming trade, doing business. And it'd be really interesting to find out what happened to all of these settlers, all their descendants from the Japanese, from the Dutch colonies, and everybody else that settled here in the city. Well, it's been a really fun day so far. I got to check out quite a few things. And now my friends tell me there's a market here that sells river shrimp, and there's a restaurant right there that will cook them for you. So I'm excited to try these out. We finally made it here to the Ayutthaya Farmers Market, and there's a ton of fresh seafood, as you can see behind me. There's little restaurants located behind almost each stand, so you can pick out things fresh and they'll prepare them for you. This is a great concept. I'm really hungry and excited to try this out. So we're gonna walk around, take a look at some of this stuff, and then we'll pick some things out to eat. A coincidence or not, but all the 420 shrimp are gone. Okay, I think we made our choice. We're going to try this place. Definitely looks like it's busy enough, so that is a plus. Look at this fish. It is amazing. That's quite the little guy here. Looks like he's fed, so now it's time to see what he tastes like. Look how quickly that came. I mean, I know you don't know, but it literally took about 3 minutes. They grilled them all, maybe 5 minutes, but that's a lot of shrimp. All right, so here we go. We've got the shrimp here, all of him in his glory. And let's see if I get this right. We basically break off the tail, and there's a part of the head that you can eat. I'm not really familiar with eating the head, so let's start off with just the body. Look at all that. That looks really, really tasty. Wow. So it's just freshly grilled. It was alive a few minutes ago. Absolutely, absolutely tasty. Now, with the head, some of you like to eat them, some of you don't. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna butcher this head. I'll do that off camera because I don't want to destroy this fish or shrimp. But let's try another one of these guys. I don't know what the last time I've had fresh shrimp like this. Not to the point where they were just floating around. And honestly, for 350 Thai baht, which like I said, is about $10 for a kilogram, and a kilogram converts to about 2.5 pounds, this is very affordable.
so good, so happy. And of course, we can't forget this delicious looking fish. This guy's just absolutely gigantic. That meat is still steaming. Oh, that looks so good. I'm not sure what kind of fish it is. I'll put it down here in a minute. Some kind of a whitefish, whatever it is, it's really, really good. So a little red sauce. Oh man, just what I wanted, something light, refreshing. It's not really heavy. The shrimp, I could eat probably a whole 2 kilograms myself. And this fish, really, really good.
Well, that was a phenomenal dinner. The restaurant, as you can see behind me, is called Ayutthaya. I'll put a description and the name of it and the location down in the description below. So that whole meal, which was 1 kilogram of the shrimp, there was that fish. We also had some rice, and we also had a chicken dish that had cashews in it. Didn't really show it. But all of that with 2 bottles of soda came out to be 910 Thai baht, which is approximately, I believe, $30. So that's going to wrap up this trip to Ayutthaya here in Thailand. I hope you enjoyed this little outing today. I really enjoyed it. Got to see some wonderful things, try some wonderful food. I'm going to put up some of my other videos, so take a look at those. And if you like my content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with a friend. And guys, as always, don't forget to take care of yourselves.